Welcome to Silent Wisdom. Today, we will explore a powerful story about reality and the truth of the world we live in. Sometimes, a simple story can reveal deep lessons about life, people, and society. Stay with us as we uncover the hidden meaning behind this story and discover what it can teach us about reality. Before we begin, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories and life lessons. Now let's begin with our first story. This sounds professional for YouTube, Facebook Reels, or motivational video. This picture. At first glance, it may seem simple, but it reveals a harsh reality of society. At the top, we see a large fund meant for the people. The government controls the source. As the resources move down, a portion is taken away. Then it passes through ministers, chairpersons, and commissioners. At every level, a little more disappears. By the time it finally reaches the general public, only a few drops remain. This image is not about one country or one system. It represents a problem that can exist anywhere when greed becomes more important than responsibility. The saddest part is that the people who need help the most are often the ones who receive the least. While resources are meant to improve lives, they sometimes get lost in layers of power, corruption, and personal interests. But this picture also teaches us an important lesson. Real change begins with honesty, accountability, and awareness. A society becomes stronger when leaders serve the people instead of serving themselves. And progress happens when every person, no matter how small their role, chooses integrity over greed. Remember, a single drop may seem insignificant, but millions of honest actions can create an ocean of change. Thank you for watching. If this story made you think, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Silent Wisdom for more powerful life lessons and thought-provoking stories. See you in the next story. And look at this picture. A small bird is drinking water from a hand that chose kindness. There is no reward, no applause, no recognition. Yet there is something beautiful happening here. In today's world, many people believe that every action must bring a benefit. They ask, what will I get in return? But true kindness doesn't work that way. When you help someone from the heart, when you give without expecting anything back, you never truly lose. The water offered to the bird may seem small, but to that bird, it could mean survival. And that's how life works. A small act of kindness can become a big blessing in someone else's story. A smile, a helping hand, a few encouraging words, or even a moment of compassion can change someone's day, and sometimes even their life. The amazing thing is that kindness has a way of coming back. Not always from the same person, not always in the same form, but life has a strange way of returning the good we put into the world. So never regret being kind, never regret helping others, never regret doing what is right simply because it is right. Because when actions come from the heart, they create peace within us, and that peace is worth more than any reward. Remember, doing things from the heart is never a loss. If this message touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Silent Wisdom for more life lessons and motivational stories. See you in the next. Look at this image. Today, the task feels heavy. Next week, it becomes a little easier. Next month, you start gaining momentum. And after a year, what once felt impossible becomes effortless. This is the power of consistency. Most people quit because they expect immediate results. They want success in a week, transformation in a month, and greatness overnight. But life doesn't work that way. Every master was once a beginner. Every expert was once struggling. Every success story started with small, repeated actions. The first day is always the hardest. When you start exercising, your body resists. When you start studying, your mind wanders. When you start building a business, progress feels invisible. But if you keep showing up every day, something amazing happens. You become stronger, you become smarter, you become better. Not because the work became easier, but because you became capable of handling it. Success is not about motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Success is about discipline. It's about doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Remember, the person who succeeds is not always the most talented. Often, it's the person who simply refused to quit. One day of effort may not change your life. One week may not change your life. But 1 year of consistent effort can completely transform who you are. So start today, stay consistent, trust the process, and one day, you'll look back and realize that the thing that once felt like a burden has become second nature. Small actions, repeated daily, create extraordinary results. If you enjoyed this lesson, like, share, and subscribe to Silent Wisdom for more powerful life lessons and motivational stories. See you in the next one. And look at this image. At 9 a.m., the school bell rings. For the child, it sounds annoying. It means classes, homework, rules, and responsibilities. The same bell rings again at 4 p.m. But now it sounds beautiful. Why? Because it means freedom, friends, family, and going home. The bell didn't change. The sound didn't change. What changed was the situation. And that's one of the most important lessons in life. Many things we complain about today may become the very things we appreciate tomorrow. The job you dislike today may become the job you miss when it's gone. The challenges you face today may become the experiences that make you stronger tomorrow. The responsibilities that feel heavy now may one day become memories you cherish. Life is not always about changing our circumstances. Sometimes it's about changing our perspective. A rainy day can ruin someone's plans, but the same rain can save a farmer's crops. One event, two different experiences. That's why beauty is often not found in the thing itself, but in the meaning we give to it. As APJ Abdul Kalam wisely reminds us, everything is beautiful depending on the situation. So the next time life feels difficult, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, am I seeing reality as it is, or only from my current situation? Because a different perspective can turn frustration into gratitude and obstacles into opportunities. Remember, the world doesn't always change when we want it to, but our perspective can change everything. If this lesson inspired you, like, share, and subscribe to Silent Wisdom for more powerful life lessons and motivational stories. See you in the next with this image. Two boxes of fries, the same product, the same ingredients, the same reality. But look at the labels. One says 1% fat fries, the other says 99% fat-free fries. Most people will reject the first one and choose the second. Why? Because of something psychologists call the framing effect. The facts are identical, but the way the information is presented changes how we feel about it. And this doesn't just happen with food. It happens every day in life. A person can say, "You failed 3 times," or they can say, "You learned 3 valuable lessons." The event is the same. The frame is different. A challenge can be seen as a problem, or it can be seen as an opportunity to grow. A setback can be seen as the end of the road, or it can be seen as a new beginning. The way we frame situations often shapes our emotions, our decisions, and ultimately our future. That's why successful people don't just change their circumstances. They change their perspective. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" they ask, "What can this teach me?" Instead of focusing on what they lost, they focus on what they can gain. Remember, life is not always about what happens to you. It's about how you choose to see it. Because sometimes changing the frame changes everything. The facts may stay the same, but your perspective can completely transform your reality. If this lesson made you think, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Silent Wisdom for more powerful stories and life lessons. See you in the next. This image. On the left, we see an overweight person. On the right, we see a fit and muscular person. But here's the interesting part. Both are labeled with the same 3 words. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. So what's the difference? The difference isn't what they eat. The difference is how they live. Many people think success comes from special diets, secret formulas, or expensive programs. But the truth is much simpler. Two people can eat the same number of meals every day and still achieve completely different results. Why? Because results are shaped by habits. One person chooses comfort. The other chooses discipline. One spends hours sitting still. The other spends time moving, training, and improving. One makes excuses. The other makes progress. The image reminds us that food alone doesn't determine our future. Our daily choices do. Every workout, every walk, every healthy decision, every moment we choose consistency over comfort. These small actions may seem insignificant today, but over weeks, months, and years, they create a completely different life. The same principle applies beyond fitness. Two students attend the same classes. One succeeds, the other struggles. Two employees work at the same company. One grows, the other remains stuck. The difference is often not opportunity. The difference is consistency. Remember, small daily choices create massive long-term results. Your future body, career, and life are being built by the decisions you make today. Because the difference is real, and that difference starts with you. If you enjoyed this lesson, like, share, and subscribe to Silent Wisdom for more powerful life lessons and motivational stories. See you in the next. Look at this image. On the left is the myth. On the right is the reality. Most people believe success is a straight path. You start your journey, work hard, and immediately reach your goal. Simple, clean, perfect, but that's not how life works. The reality is very different. Behind every success story, there are failures nobody talks about. Failed attempts, rejected applications, lost opportunities, sleepless nights, moments of doubt, and times when giving up seems easier than continuing. People often see the trophy, but they don't see the struggles behind it. They admire the result, but they ignore the journey. What separates successful people from others is not that they never fail. It's that they never allow failure to stop them. Every failure teaches a lesson. Every setback builds strength. Every obstacle develops character. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. Many successful entrepreneurs faced bankruptcy before building their empires. Many great athletes lost countless competitions before becoming champions. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. The road to victory is rarely straight. It's full of twists, turns, mistakes, and lessons. So if you're struggling right now, don't be discouraged. Your failures are not proof that you're losing. They are proof that you're trying, and every lesson learned brings you one step closer to your goal. Remember, success isn't about avoiding failure. It's about refusing to quit after failure. Keep moving, keep learning, keep believing, because the trophy belongs to those who continue when others stop. If this lesson inspired you, like, share, and subscribe to Silent Wisdom for more powerful life lessons and motivational stories. See you in the next dose. Look at this image. At the very top is happiness. Just below it is motivation. Underneath lies discipline. And deep in the darkness, hidden beneath the surface, is obsession. Most people believe motivation is the key to success. They wait to feel inspired. They wait for the perfect mood. They wait for the right moment. But motivation is like a wave. It comes, and it goes. If your success depends only on motivation, you'll stop the moment you don't feel like continuing. That's where discipline comes in. Discipline is what keeps you moving when motivation disappears. It's waking up early when you don't want to. It's studying when you'd rather scroll on your phone. It's training when your body wants to rest. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement. But if you look deeper, you'll notice something else. Beneath discipline is obsession, the burning desire to become better, the refusal to settle for average, the determination to keep going, no matter how difficult the journey becomes. Every great athlete, entrepreneur, artist, or leader has experienced this. They weren't successful because they were motivated every day. They were successful because they were disciplined enough to continue and obsessed enough not to quit. And what waits at the top of that journey? Happiness, not the temporary happiness of comfort, but the deep satisfaction that comes from knowing you gave your best. Remember, motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you going, obsession makes you unstoppable, and happiness becomes the result. If this lesson inspired you, like, share, and subscribe to Silent Wisdom for more powerful life lessons and motivational stories. See you in the next story.